wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. It's about you. I would never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. Your radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. Your radiant. You're radiant. Freedom. Obsessions always jumping through. I'm so tangled attention. You never will. I will overanalyze and fall victim. But when I'm lowest, time to get to know myself. I'm still tangled, I'm not worried, 'cause I am caught up in this perfection. Pay attention, yeah, you never will. 'Cause you depend, so you always will. If you arrest yourself again, I'll help you clean up the mess. I wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did. I wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did.
Ooh, yo, 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 yo. Let's go. What's up? Birthday! What was that?
Just wanna be free, yeah. Free, yeah. Free, yeah.
Yo! Freedom, yeah! Yo! What is up, people? Freedom! Yeah! Dude, it's kind of a slow news day. Dude, welcome to the new members. Let's go. I saw Seattle Jen up here. Upgrading the membership, and Roy in the Ozarks. Let's go. It's over. Do you need
Anything like I need
you? Yeah, today was like a slow news day, wasn't it? Felt pretty slow compared to yesterday, which was like so chaotic. Let's go! I've got no place to be alone.
cut his wrist instead.
There's your answer,
You better save yourself.
or else Melissa, let's go! I would rather be in hell than regret. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Oh, do you need anything like I need you? You know I do. Dude, we need to get some hamburger helper. Most of the time, wet my face with reality and permit me to breathe before I do it again. Do you need anything like I need you? It's all Oh, let's bring it home with the little guitar solo. Let's go. Here it comes. Let's go. Do you need? Let's go. All right. Dude, I gotta admit, dude, I gotta admit, I do have some thoughts on the Glenn Platner thing. Okay, Graham, I called him Glenn. Graham Platner. Dude, I have some thoughts about that. And here's the way I look at it. Okay? I look at it real simple. Is we do have to define the same stringent, like, pseudo-Nazi regalia things to our own candidates that we would apply to a Republican. Okay? If we saw a Republican candidate with that tattoo, we would end it. So the thing about it is we have to end it with him as well, which I don't consider a total loss because I don't think Mills is a terrible candidate. Okay. She's definitely fought Trump on trans rights, and she's a little old, you know, the age thing gets me, but you know, if one of Trump's fucking candidates had that fucking tattoo on their chest, we would be livid, okay? But here's my main thing, is aside from that, like trying to avoid a double standard, you know what I'm saying? The fact that he didn't sort out that tattoo before his candidacy, because I think he leaked it himself, right? I think he leaked it. But like, bro, my thing is how could you run for the Senate, right, and not have done like due diligence on a tattoo you got in fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you know, like, how could you run for Senate with a tattoo that could maybe be a Nazi thing? Like, you know, the first thing I'm going to do if I run for Senate is I'm going to sit down and be like, look at my tattoos, do a background check on my social media, and tell me where my vulnerabilities are. And so you're telling me this guy, like, ran for Senate and never really, like, bothered to, like, well, let's look at this tattoo. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's just weird, dude. I mean, to me, that is a sign of failure. Like, no offense. I want a senator. I don't care what your platform is. I want a senator who does more due diligence than that before they campaign, right? You know, like, seriously. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's my take. And on top of that, though, you ready, guys? On top of this, it's an ugly tattoo, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? I feel like that tattoo is when you get those big, thick, like really inky tattoos, that's a bad choice, dude. That's a sign. I broke up with a girl once who got a thick tattoo like that. Dude, it's just bad judgment, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dude, it's bad judgment. And you know, I guess the thing about this, you know what I'm saying, is Susan Collins or him? No, Mills is running. Governor Mills is running for Senate, right? You know what I'm saying? It's so there's still a non-Susan Collins option, right? You know what I mean? Dude. You know? Right? As in, right? So yeah, Janet Mills is running. And dude, I don't hate her. You know what I mean? I mean, she's fucking old though, right? She's old. That's the fucking crucial thing. But, you know, it's brutal. Schumer backs Mills. Of course he does. You know, yeah, it's hard, dude. It's so hard. Like, why do we have to have a good candidate like that with a good fucking platform, who then, here's the tattoo, right? So I guess he covered it. Did he just cover it? Dude, he just covered it. So dude, he completed the cover up today, dude. Oh shit, dude. Right? He got it covered today. Like, bro, you know, I mean, dude, it's tough, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, so here was the original. Oh my God, bro. He covered up a controversial tattoo. Oh. Yeah, see, this is hard, right? This is hard right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. So there's what it was. Okay, that was the original tattoo. You know what I'm saying? And there's what it was. It was a Totenkopf. Totenkopf, right? So there it is. But here's the thing though, guys. Listen to me. I'm real simple, guys. Okay? I am real simple. What happened to vote blue no matter who? Well, Charles, he's not the only blue candidate, boss. But I'm real simple, guys. You know, if we're literally going to have, listen to me. Listen to this, okay? If we're going to make a big deal about the Nazi group chats, okay, which were a week ago we went apeshit about the I Love Hitler Nazi group chats. We've had all this talk about like Nazi regalia. We looked at fucking, you know, CPAC when they had the Nazi rune stage. We have literally made this a big deal. And you're telling me a motherfucker has a tattoo, a Nazi tattoo on his chest his whole life? He's a progressive candidate and he never figures it out? That's weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking weird. I don't care. To me, that's disqualifying. You know? And he didn't remove it until fucking today. You know? Dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, come on. To me, this is just disqualifying. And frankly, I'm a little disappointed to see like progressives say, well, he spoke up about the genocide, so therefore, like, I'm still like, oh, I don't care if he has a Nazi tattoo. I mean, to me, yeah, I don't trust him either because I don't think he's very careful. I don't think he's smart. I don't think he's like aware. He lacks a tremendous amount of self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? You know? I mean, dude, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, to me, that's disqualifying. You know? If you have I mean, because, dude, he said he got it when he was young, but now he's like 40, bro. So he's had this tattoo for 20 years. And again, guys, the cinema and Fetterman, yeah, there's some shit about that is like fucking weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, having this happen is just too bizarre. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't hate Janet Mills. I don't hate Janet Mills. I like Janet Mills. She's old, but she's a powerhouse. She's a fighter. She can win. She's beloved in Maine. She is a staunch defender of trans rights, which I think having somebody like that in the Senate would be amazing. You know what I mean? And I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. Dude, listen to me. Don't get me wrong that fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong that like, you know, it would be nice to have like some Medicare for all people, but it's not like we're getting Medicare for all between 2026 and 2028, right? Dude, you know what I'm saying? She got any tats? I don't think she does. You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, dude, I for me, it was like, for me, the thing that was worse than the Nazi tattoo is him running for Senate and not doing a due diligence on his tattoos, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to run for Senate, you have to do due diligence on all your fucking weaknesses, you know? You know what I mean? To me, that's pretty fucking careless, you know? I don't know, dude. Right? Yeah, I don't know, man. Dude, his mistake was taking his fucking shirt off. But yeah, dude, the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Dude, that dude, oh shit. But he also said, like, dude, I mean, he's made some weird comments too. You know, he's made some weird comments. But fucking A, bro. All right. Dude. But so he did get it covered. Oh, shit. What is he? Let's see what he said.
Hey, everyone. Grant Platner here. I want to talk to you about something. In 2007, when I was a young infantry sergeant in the Marine Corps, myself...
All right, so hold on. Let me see here. So he was 23, okay? He was 23 when he got that tattoo, all right?
And some machine gunners I served in 𝗙़ulu̱ and Ramadi with were on our third deployment. We were in a naval vessel and we pulled in for a Liberty port in Split, Croatia. We went ashore to do the thing that young Marines do, which tends to be carousing and sometimes getting tattoos. We wanted to get something that represented our jobs, our service, fighting in 𝗙़ulu̱ and Ramadi.
So they got the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
As machine gunners. We went ashore, we found a tattoo parlor after a fair amount of heavy carousing, and we found a tattoo on the wall, a piece of flash that looked like a terrifying skull and crossbones. We thought it looked cool, and so we got it. I have had this tattoo for the last 18 years. I re-enlisted into the United States Army with this tattoo, where I was screened for hate and gang-related tattoos.
Yeah, but I mean, Pete Hegseth, dude, has white supremacist tattoos. I don't think they have an issue with fucking white supremacist tattoos.
I worked for the State Department as a contractor, where I got a full physical, which included screening my tattoos. I've gone through life with this thing, taking my shirt off having photographs taken, videos taken. I've been very, very open in my life with the fact I had a skull and crossbones on my chest, because that's what I thought it was. It's come to my attention that it has a stark resemblance to a symbol that is used by neo-Nazis. And I want to say that was not the intent at all. And the idea that I've been going around with something like that utterly horrifies me. I know that symbols like this can be incredibly damaging to people, and the idea that I've had it all these years and it could have been read like that is incredibly troubling. I have lived a life dedicated to anti-fascism, anti-racism, and anti-Nazism. I think that racism and anti-Semitism are a long scourge on our society and a long scourge on our politics, and I think it has no place in our world. For that reason, I have gone and gotten it covered up. Last night, I went to a tattoo parlor and I got this to cover up the skull and crossbones. It's a Celtic knot with some imagery around dogs, because my wife Amy and I have two wonderful dogs that we love a lot. This far more represents who I am now than even the skull and crossbones did, which I thought that it was. This has come up because the establishment is trying to throw everything it can at me. It is terrified of what we are trying to build here.
See, this is what's hard, guys. Okay? Is like, if a Republican candidate had that tattoo on their chest and then they covered it up and said, wow, I didn't know, would we be okay with that? I don't think we would, guys. I don't think we would. I think we would say, like, how could that guy have worn that for 18 years and have not done something about it? And I honestly think, guys, when it comes to this shit, like, you've heard me, okay? You've heard me before, that, like, how I've said that we sort of have to be hardline about some shit. You know what I mean? You know? And like, I don't know, dude. This shit is just...
Every second we spend talking about a tattoo I got in the Marine Corps is a second we don't talk about Medicare for all. It's a second that we don't...
Because, like, dude, you know, oh, dude, this is just really hard, I think, you know.
Don't talk about raising taxes on the wealthy. It's a second we're not talking about the material struggles of Mainers as they try to scrape through a system that at its core is trying to rob them. And that's why tonight, I'm just going back right out on the road. We're holding a town hall in Ogunquit, where, much like I've been doing for the past month, going around the state of Maine, making myself accessible to Mainers in their communities so I can listen to them. I can hear about what it is they need to change in our political system. And that is what I'm going to continue dedicating my time to.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm definitely, you know, I don't know. I mean, he's definitely got some issues. You know what I'm saying? And so what else do we have here? All right, so obviously Mill's issue is her age. I know somebody said something about AIPAC, right? Do we have a fucking... So what is her? So it says that she supports, condemns divesting from Israel, but, like, do we have did they mark her? I mean, I don't see their usual thing saying how much money she's taken. Right. So yeah, I mean, this is weird because it says, warning, this candidate is pro-Israel, but they don't have any money, right? So why she's pro-Israel, but she hasn't taken any money from Israel? I mean, that is right. I mean, what does that mean? And then Graham Platner hasn't taken any money from AIPAC, but he had a Nazi tattoo on his chest. So I don't think either one of those is better than the other, personally. Right? You know what I mean? I mean, this is really strange to me that they have this whole warning because she's pro-Israel, because she's, you know, talks about like combating anti-Semitism, but there's no dollar signs here. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? They got a warning on Mallory too? Yeah. I mean, dude, yeah. Well, so, I mean, if she's not taking money, right, then like, and they don't have a dollar on there from like Israel lobby, that seems a little weird to me, right? Because again, okay, Graham Platner has taken zero from AIPAC, but he also had a Nazi tattoo on his fucking chest. Like, come on, bro. I think we can do better than somebody who doesn't take money from AIPAC but has a Nazi tattoo on their chest. And yes, Kelly, Janet Mills is the one who stood up to Trump in the White House dinner, and she beat him in court. Okay? You know what I'm saying? But they're definitely going after each other. But look at this, though. Okay? I mean, Janet Mills says no to all corporate PAC money. Right? Huh. That's interesting. So she's not taking any money, any corporate PAC money. I mean, dude, that's not bad, right? You know what I'm saying? Dude, I don't know. You know, I mean, the fact that she's not taking any corporate PAC money, I guess my concern with her is her age, right? But she is a fighter, you know? You know what I'm saying? But this is just really weird, dude, that like they issue a warning for her, but she's not taking any actual money. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know what the fuck this thing is here, right? Because if you're pro-Israel, but you're not taking any money from Israel, you can't say that you're tainted by AIPAC. I mean, dude, there are fucking right? Like there are Jewish candidates that are going to be pro-Israel. You know what I'm saying? Because the Jewish people, like, they're still going to be pro-Israel. But if you're not taking a bunch of money from AIPAC, like, you know, now anybody who is like, you know what I'm saying? Because you can be pro-Israel and pro-fucking Palestine. If you believe in a two-state solution, like, it's possible to be pro both those things. But the fact that she's not taking any money, but they're just trying to, like, tag her with that, I don't know, dude. That it feels weird to me, guys. Right? Warning, this candidate, dude. That feels weird to me. You know, I don't know, dude. And you know what I'm saying? That just fucking that feels fucking bizarre to me. But like I don't know, guys. You know, I do feel like, you know, if here's the deal, right? If you're gonna have a candidate who has a Nazi tattoo, okay, and that's not disqualifying to you because he says, "Oh, I didn't know it was a Nazi tattoo, and now I got it covered up." So, all right, then we can't fucking bag on Republicans that used to have Nazi issues 20 years ago either, right? And they say, "Oh, I was just a dumb kid," you know? I'm not buying that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying that. And again, though, too, dude, I guess for me, like, I don't know. For me, the you know, the whole of a candidate is pretty, you know, is not just about like a single issue. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? it's not just about a single issue for me. You know, just because somebody comes up and says, "Oh, it's a genocide," you know, I mean, dude, look at 𝗙ście𝗶𝗶. She came up and she said a couple of the right things, and she turned out to be a fucking stooge, dude. The same with John Fetterman. I think you have to look at the whole of a person, okay? You know what I'm saying? You have to look at the whole of a person. Like, yeah, dude, we're you know, I don't know, dude. And I mean, I don't know, man. For me, the thing I guess I like about Janet Mills is she defended trans people, she took on Trump, and she won. And that was, you know, I think that was fucking, you know, that's important to me. You know what I'm saying? You know? But I don't know. It's hard. The Nazi tattoo sort of thing is tough. You know? I don't know. It's hard. Dude, I know this sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? I know this sounds crazy, guys, but I'm not super jazzed about, yeah, it is, dude. The end of my birthday. Let's go. Although we're celebrating the birthday all night. I'm going to go ahead and put up a dance goal. But, dude, I know this is going to sound crazy, and maybe it fucking doesn't piss other people off, but it does me. I don't really like military fucking candidates, guys. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Dance party. Let's go, baby. I'll be honest. I don't really like military guys. Like Marines. Dude, I don't know, man. I've never really liked the Marine military whatever candidates. Me personally, I feel like that's a little weird. That is a little, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know people go into the military because they feel like that qualifies them for government, but I've always liked people that were not military. I mean, you're a fucking Marine. Dude, certain types of people become Marines, guys. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. Dude, you know what I'm saying? Dude, soldiers. I don't really like soldiers, man. Sometimes nobody was conscripted, bro. This guy wasn't conscripted, dude. Dude, let's go. Dude, Patrick, dance, happy birthday, boss. Let's go, Patrick. Dude, we're celebrating the birthday tonight, guys. All right, let's go. 56 years young. Yeah, well, so I think the whole military service is has often been tied to government because that means you're pro-American imperialism. You rock, bro. Happy birthday. Thank you, boss. You know, I guess here's the thing that bothers me, guys. Okay? And listen to me. Here's the thing that bothers me is that look at his let me see here. All right. So the you know what I'm saying? Some of the comments about the black people tipping and the, oh, women who are raped shouldn't get drunk around people they're not comfortable with. I don't know, dude. Some of those comments coming from a Marine, dude, happy birthday, pal. You're a star and we love you. Thank you, Bad. Good to see you, brother. You know what I'm saying? So you got a Marine with a Nazi tattoo who's making some pretty, happy birthday, thank you, Kelly, some pretty tropey statements about black tippers and, women that are worried about being SA'd. It's just a little weird. Now I realize, guys, that in politics, people are going to dig up your shit. Whether you're an establishment guy and the like lefties are digging up shit on the establishment guy to sink it, or if you're a lefty guy and the establishment is digging up some shit on you to sink you, that's going to happen both ways, okay? But I was a waiter. And there are people that use the black people don't tip fucking thing, okay? There are people that say that shit. It's not true, okay? I've got plenty of great tips from people, okay? Black people desire a different type of attention. Like, I mean, you can't even generalize it, but there are a lot of black people who desire a different quality from their waiter than white people do. Waiting on black people is different than waiting on white people. Waiting on men is different than waiting on women. You do have to do a bit of code switching if you're in a diverse business, all right? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Dude, dance monkey, let's go, okay? So this idea, though, is it's a very white person thing to say, black people don't tip. It's a very white rural thing to say, black people don't tip, right? Because what's ironic about it is black people tip wonderfully if you like can code switch and know how to interact with what they want out of service. You know what I mean? I mean, because people are just different, you know, the same way that like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's true, dude. I was a waiter and a bartender for like 20 fucking years, bro. I've gotten plenty of stellar tips from tables of black people, okay? Because they fucking love me. I know what they want. I give it to them. They give me a great fucking tip. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you really want to look at who doesn't tip, it's usually like, I hate to say this, but poor white people, right? It's like white rural people that like, oh, my steak is like, oh, why does it have mushrooms on it? Because it said it had mushrooms on it on the menu that you didn't read, you fucking dumb shit. And then they're like, oh, now because I didn't read that mushrooms were on my fucking steak, I'm going to leave you a 10-cent tip on an $80 tab, right? You know? And dude, it ain't the black people that do that. Dude, Jolie, let's go. All right. But yeah, man. So I guess, like, I don't know, dude. You have a Marine who goes out and gets a Nazi tattoo, right? Happy birthday, Tommy. I was saying people in the 60s were drafted, not him. I don't know him. I don't live in Maine. All right, Luke, let's go, boss. Dude, you're right. People were conscripted in the 60s. But you know, it's so funny that, like, I guess there's a couple of alarm bells there about, like, you know, judgments about black people and which is 12 years ago, guys. Okay, 2013. We had a black president in 2013. Okay, so if you were in America while the black president was around and you were still talking about, why don't black people tip? I'm not sure you're on the anti-racism fucking gang right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Some of that shit is just weird. And the comments about, oh, if women are worried about sexual assault, they shouldn't drink around people they don't trust. But like, dude, women should be able to go drink wherever and not have to worry about SA. They shouldn't have to like police their, like, who's near them. You know, that's weird too. And the guy who says that shit was a Marine who fucking had a Nazi tattoo. I think some of that just has certain alarm bells for me of like the type of person that maybe he is underneath this. And here's the thing though, guys. Those Reddit chats were like 12 years ago, okay? And 12 years ago, all right? When he was 29, he was almost 30, okay? So, but dude, we had a black president at the time, you know? I don't know, man. You know what I mean? It's just, it's hard, guys. Here's what's hard. I'm going to go ahead and say it. You ready? Here's what I want to say, guys. What I want to say is that a lot of the left will be wooed by somebody saying two things, okay? If a candidate says Israel's bad, it's a genocide, and like screw Israel, and then they also simultaneously say, I'm running on Medicare for all, they will win the undying affection of the left. Dude, you're a bit sour on sour. Is that sour on Platner, Martine? Right? And so you know what I'm saying? So there's a lure from leftists to if you say the two right things, we're like, yes, we're in. This guy's saying all the right shit. But like, you know, if you see these other warning flags, I feel like the warning flags should carry some weight. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, you don't think that 12 years is a long time to erase prejudicial beliefs? Yeah, no, I know, dude. I mean, for me, I think back 12 years ago, that's when I met Jenny, bro. And I can tell you right now, has my relationship to anti-racism work deepened in the last 12 years? Absolutely. The George Floyd situation and the aftermath of that definitely deepened my relationship with anti-racism. But 12 years ago, I wasn't making sweeping generalizations about you know, black tippers, and I certainly wasn't, you know, making, you know, comments about women potentially being responsible for, you know, protecting themselves from sexual assault. You know what I mean? And again, dude, you know, I don't trust the fact that he was a Marine, guys. Okay? And if he was a Marine going out and getting a tattoo with his bros and shit, and he reconscripted in the service, I don't know. I feel like the Marine part is the part that bothers me more than, you know what I mean? The Marine part and the Nazi tattoo bother me, you know, when you reflect them to those comments, they seem weird. Unfortunately, ignorance is not an excuse for Totenkopf tattoo. Happy birthday, Punk. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate you, boss. Let's go. You know. You know what I'm saying? He responded to a 2013 post. What one question you always wanted to ask someone of another race, writing, why don't black people tip? Yeah. Yeah, that's a like, dude, that's a questionable sort of, like, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. Because I guess, guys, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe I'm wrong, okay? But I try to look at like the sum total of the person, you know, not just what they say. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's pretty easy to say shit. And dude, people have gotten lured by Kyrsten Sinema. They definitely got lured by John Fetterman. But look at John Fetterman, okay? John Fetterman's a classic example, guys. He was all, you know, mental health, and he was all, you know, progressive values. And this guy, he's so different. But what did John Fetterman have in his past? He had one instance where he pulled a shotgun on a black guy, okay? He had an altercation with the black man, right? Dude, happy birthday, Tommy. Let's go, Steve, right? And everybody just sort of glossed over it. Oh, it was a long time ago. It was whatever. He made a mistake. And then what does he do? He gets in there and he's a Republican light man. You know what I'm saying? Fetterman is. He all of a sudden is a, you know, pro-military, pro-Israel, let's work with Trump. You know, I'm like, he's like stumping for the Republican shit. But like, dude, that one instance of like pulling a shotgun on the person of color, apparently felt a little more, I don't know. It seemed like that incident is a little more of John Fetterman's total fucking makeup. You know what I'm saying? You know? But yeah, I don't know, dude. Dude, he had Republican clues and we overlooked him. But yeah, man. I don't know. Dude, yeah, Fetterman has some serious issues, dude. Dude, let the voters decide. Yeah, no, the voters will decide. But I know for me, guys, like you know, I mean, dude, like I don't know, dude. You know, I guess for me, guys, is I've got tattoos. I got this tattoo. I got this tattoo. I got this tattoo. Oh, wait, up here, which is like the shitty fucking whatever Celtic armband. Now, there's a little bit of like research involved in like getting a tattoo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like if I have a tattoo on my body, I'm gonna like look at what the tattoo says. What does it say? Right? Oh, that skull and crossbone looks good. Well, let's fucking, you know, maybe do a little research on this shit. You know what I'm saying? You're saying some people don't? I know, but like, I don't know. I don't think I could vote for somebody that like tattoos their body and doesn't think about what they're putting on their body, right? I mean, for me, guys, it'd be hard to vote for a fucking Marine too. You know what I'm saying? I don't, dude, I don't know, man. Marines, I feel like a little extreme, but I don't know. I'm a little different. I don't necessarily, just because somebody says Medicare for all, like even, you know what I'm saying? Like even with Medicare for all, dude, we're not getting Medicare for all in between 2026 and 2032, right? We don't have enough people, right? We need 60 fucking senators. So it's kind of like, okay, like what are we going to do? We're going to have another senator there who talks about Medicare for all, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. It's hard. It's hard. I don't simply get wooed by that shit. You know, we don't even control the Senate. I mean, granted, that would be a seat win to take away from Susan Collins, right? But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Okay. It will definitely be interesting to see how the voters react, right? Stupid slogan, Medicare for all. No, Medicare for all is good, right? Is fucking good, dude. Obamacare isn't bad, but like long-term Obamacare sucks. It still is feeding the insurance industry. I mean, it's better than the Republican option, which is nothing. You know what I'm saying? But like Obamacare's main fault is it still is feeding the insurance industry, so it's never bringing costs down. Okay, like Obamacare will never reduce healthcare spending and never bring us closer to universal coverage. And so Medicare for all and universal coverage is better, you know, is a better idea. But I don't know how we would get rid of the insurance industry. I mean, it's really super complicated, you know, but dude, Obamacare did a couple things of like preventing them from refusing you for pre-existing conditions. And so it did some wondrous things. And in states that expanded Medicaid, it's done great, but it's like a cash drain. You know what I'm saying? Like if we had universal health care, we could save so much money that we're fucking spending, you know, that we'd have free up money for other shit like clean energy and education and shit like that. But yeah, you know, it's just hard though. The insurance industry is a very powerful lobby in America, guys. We're talking billions of dollars. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I wonder if there's a poll, dude. Is there a dude, so do we have Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. Dude, it's going to be interesting. Dude, I just wish she wasn't fucking so old, bro. Yeah, I guess there's not any polls. Yeah, no, I mean, post it. You have to post it in Discord, right? Dude, yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see who wins. So here's what we got here. So this was, they ran Platner against Susan Collins, and says initial ballot said a tie, and then informed ballot says Platner plus 14. I don't know what that means. Initial ballot has Janet Mills. See, yeah, see, it's interesting though. You ready? Because like, it's interesting to see, like what's going to happen with this now. You know what I'm saying? Dude, let's go, Dushan. Thank you, boss. Happy birthday again. You got it, brother. Oh! Because again, right, is obviously we want Susan Collins to lose, right? But one of the things though that is crazy about this is I know that Mills is fucking beloved in Maine. Like I definitely know that Mills can beat Susan Collins. Okay. I have no doubt, right? If Mills wins the primary, I know that Mills will beat Susan Collins. Okay. I mean, she's won multiple terms of governor in Maine. She's beloved in Maine. She stood up to Trump. She's like pro-human rights. So if Janet Mills wins the primary, dude, happy birthday, Tommy. Hope you enjoyed it. I did, man. If Janet Mills wins the primary, I guarantee she will fucking beat Susan Collins. Okay? I guarantee it. Now, if Graham Platner wins the primary, I don't know if he will beat Susan Collins. I don't know. I mean, he's never won any sort of a race. He's a first-time candidate. They are going to hammer away at the Nazi shit. You can bet that out. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know, we know what the Republican strategy would be, is like this guy is like had Nazi tattoos and they've been hammering away. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are the Democrats supporting a Nazi candidate? You know what I mean? Like, that would be we know what their attack angle would be. He's racist. He's had Nazi tattoos. He's anti-women. You know what I mean? Dude, Luke, you have your dad's face blended with Odin on your rib cage and a Nordic compass on your chest. Dude, you have your dad's face with Odin? All right. Dude, you need to put pictures of that in Discord. If you have enough public hospitals, private ones won't push prices sky high. Public health care works better. Oh, it for sure does. Yeah, I mean, Ida, for sure public health care works better because the government is negotiating the price. You're like, if you have public health care, you're standardizing the prices too. I mean, healthcare is a sliding scale now. The best doctors charge way more money because they're only then affordable to the wealthiest people who have the best insurance, right? And so the American healthcare system is just capitalism, where that's why the wealthy people don't want Medicare for all, because they don't want other people getting good healthcare. Like right now, the wealthy people get this amazing, insane, perfect healthcare, and the poor people pay for insurance that doesn't even cover them when they're sick, right? You know, it's the same as the rest of America, right? Dude, you know what I mean? Like, it's all of our shit is like that. Let's go, baby. 2 more, guys. We got 20 minutes, 2 more. Fuck it. It's birthday time, baby. Dude, birthday dance party. We're fucking gonna go nuts, boss. Yeah. Dude, Janet Mills is in favor. I don't know that she's in favor of genocide. I think that's a very strong statement to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I don't really see her doing that. She didn't even take any money from fucking AIPAC. Saying she's in favor of genocide feels a little excessive, right? Not everybody who like is pro-Israel is in favor of genocide. You know what I mean? I think like we have to be careful with that, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like dude, and this is what's really hard, guys, right? Because like the what's going on in Gaza is very serious. Okay, the Palestinian people are about to have their land butchered by Jared Kushner and Donald Trump. And simultaneously, I've never seen so much open anti-Semitism. And it's not because of the pro-Palestinian protesters, because the people that I know are pro-Palestinian are not anti-Semitic. But all of the anti-Semitic people have used the campaigns for Palestine as an opportunity to unveil their anti-Semitism and to have them like be able to connect with more voices. And so I feel like we've got to be really careful looking at genocide and Gaza as it's like an on-off switch, because I think it's a very nuanced fucking thing, right? Because now there's new dangers, okay? Because anytime someone is like anti-Zionist or anti-Israel, you have to really look at them and see where they are in the anti-Semitism scale, okay? Because the anti-Semitic people are trying to use this, you know, good fucking, you know, the love and protectionism of Palestine. They're trying to use it to like undermine and advance their own nefarious agenda. And so I think we can't just, you know, just because somebody says, oh, I'm against genocide, that doesn't mean they're a good guy, okay? Because it's become a buzzword now where I feel like it's gotten very abortion-like, okay? Where somebody can, you know, just take one side of that word and then you start ignoring all the rest of their fucking actions. And we have to be very careful with that, because yes, if you want to win leftist favor, you just say, you know, oh, Israel's committing a genocide, but that doesn't mean you're a good guy, okay? automatically, because there are a lot of nasty people that fucking will use that to their advantage as well. And I'm not saying that Graham Platner is a fucking nasty person. You know what I mean? I haven't done enough research on that guy, but I know that him having a Nazi tattoo, having been a Marine, and making some comments that seem a little bit jarheady, and then now he's like Mr. like, oh, pro-Palestine, anti-genocide, but like, I don't know, dude. I mean, he was a Marine. He's not really anti-military action. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. There's a lot of like iffiness about his shit too, right? Yeah, no, you're right, Dirty Sweater. There are pro-Israel Nazis too. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's crazy, dude. I mean, Republicans are a good example. They're pro-Israel, but they're also fucking Nazis, right? Many of them, not all of them, but you know, I just think we've got to be very careful. You ready for this, guys? Here's what I'm going to say, guys. As voters in this social media age, we have to be very careful about being seduced by people's words, okay? We do. We got to be very careful about being seduced by people's words, and we got to be very careful by people that are only one issue, okay? Because we have a lot of domestic issues that we have to count, right? Because in particular, like even if I look at Graham Platner and I look at Janet Mills, okay? I have seen Janet Mills stand up for transgender people, stand up to Donald Trump, win in court. She's a very sharp lawyer, okay? So I've actually seen her do work of defending civil rights here in America, okay? Human rights here in America, which I think human rights in America feels like our number one issue, okay? Number two issue is, to me, is like income distribution. Number three issue is healthcare and education. But I feel like, to me, as Americans with the looming fascism, human rights here in America really needs to be like important to us, you know? And so I have seen Janet Mills, who's beloved in Maine. I know she can beat Susan Collins. She's strong and proven on the human rights shit. I like that. I realize that they're saying she's pro-Israel, but she doesn't have any AIPAC money. She said she's taking no corporate PAC money, which is very good. So there's a lot about her that I like. I don't love that she's pro-Chuck Schumer. No healthcare for thee, only healthcare for Israel. Nick, let's go. You know what I mean? I don't like necessarily that she's pro-Chuck Schumer, but I don't think we have enough people that are going to topple Schumer right now anyway. So I don't know that like Schumer getting toppled, even if you put Platner in there, Schumer's not still going to be leader. You know what I mean? There's not enough senators to bounce Schumer right now. That doesn't mean Schumer shouldn't go. Okay, Schumer should go, but it's like Schumer isn't going, you know, next year. If you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's the reality. Same with Hakeem Jeffries. Okay, Hakeem Jeffries should go, but if we take back the House, that motherfucker's going to be leader. Okay, we know it. You know what I'm saying? And so like Janet Mills does have some proven things to me. Now, Graham Platner is saying the right things about Israel, and he's saying the right things about billionaires, and he's saying the right things about Medicare for all. Graham Platner is. Okay? The guy, if you go to his website, that guy is like really staunchly says the right things. However, he's not proven. Okay? He's never performed as a candidate. What do we know about him is that he's a Marine who got a Nazi tattoo and has said some questionable ideas about SA and black people. So that is like, you know, I feel like that's working against him a little bit, because who he is, he was a Marine who multiple times got in the Marines and fought as a Marine and reveled with his Marine jarhead buddies. He's made some questionable comments and has a Nazi tattoo. So maybe he's a little not quite as, evolved as we think he is, right? So we get the party. I sent the tattoo pic I have. Oh, let's go, Luke. We're going to check it out, dude. We got our dance party. Go. Happy birthday, Gypsy said. Good to see you here. Still fighting against Trumpian MAGA regime. Let's go, right? Let's go, Gypsy. You know what I mean? So I mean, I think that, he's unproven, okay? He is definitely unproven, but he has some questionable shit there too, right? And I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's tough. I'm curious to see what happens in Maine. But I know for me personable, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, guys, is like a Marine with a Nazi tattoo and some of the statements made on Reddit. I just don't trust that he is as progressive as he says he is. Okay. And I'm really leery of progressives, because look at this, guys. Look at Cenk Uygur. Okay. Let's look at Cenk Uygur, right? That guy, claims to be a progressive populist, but what does he have? He has a lot of racism fucking hints. He has a lot of sexism and questionable fucking behavior there. And that guy is all over the middle of the road, leaning right, okay? And a lot of these progressive guys have that little, that leaning right, that sort of racial resentment, sort of animosity or whatever. So I'm a little leery of that shit. And I bet Cenk loves Graham Platner too, doesn't he? He probably fucking idolizes the guy. And that, I think, is a pretty telling sign, dude. You know what I'm saying? Let Cenk Uygur be our guide. If you take AIPAC money, you are corrupt. Full stop. I mean, I don't know. I mean, apparently Janet Mills hasn't taken any money, but if you take AIPAC money, you are corrupt. I don't know. I don't even know if that's necessarily true. I think maybe now what's come to light, if you take AIPAC money now, it's questionable because it's coming up. But I mean, for a while, AIPAC, like the US has been pro-Israel for 70 fucking years. And so, a pro-Israel, you're pro-Israel, you're a Christian, the pro-Israel super PAC comes and wants to help you get in office. You want to be in office, you take their money. America's always been pro-Israel. I don't think people necessarily thought about it really because we were always very pro-Israel. It was just another super PAC. You know what I'm saying? But I think now it's a little more complicated because of what's come to light with the shit now. But I think if you roll back 15 years ago, I think it was one of those things where just a lot of people were doing it and they were just trying to get in office. You want to get in office and somebody says, I'm going to give you 10 million. That means you're going to get in office. I understand people wanting to take that money. It's definitely complicated now because we've seen the behind the scenes shit and them trying to manipulate influencers and all that. You know what I'm saying? But why it's all tied to religion? I mean, the Israel thing is guys, it's the thing about this is even when you look at American support of Israel, guys, it's just American imperialism. It's not even about Israel, okay? It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's about America being anti-Islam and Israel is like, hey, if you give us money, we'll fight your war here, okay? Because we don't like them either, okay? And it's a fucking planting the flag of the foundation of Christianity in the Middle East, okay? And that's what it has always been, guys, is America's imperialist. But if we can get somebody else to do the fighting, we just buy weapons. And yeah, I mean, Saudi Arabia is kind of similar, except they don't really attack anybody. They just fund terrorism everywhere on the sly, right? They paid for the planes to fly into the World Trade Center. But then they're like, hey, we want to kill a journalist. Trump, you want a hotel on the beach? And Trump's like, yeah, all right, give us $2 billion. We'll let you bone saw the journalist, and then you can give me a hotel in the Middle East. And I'm just like, oh, fuck, bro. Like, our country is so corrupt, you know? You know what I mean? It's like, dude, it's fucked up, you know? And so, yeah, at the end of the day, even our support of Israel is just because America is so dirty imperialist. Like, our country has not been good, guys. You know what I'm saying? Our country has not been good. And I mean, you're seeing it in the debate tonight, dude, right? I mean, did you see with Zohran Mamdani and Cuomo? And I mean, look at Cuomo, dude. Cuomo is like, you know, he is such a degenerate, but his whole thing, you know, all these Republicans are like calling Mamdani a jihadist just because he's Muslim, and like a whole bunch of these like weird middle of the road Democrats are saying the same shit, guys. Like, come on, man. Dude, yeah, Zohran lit him up, dude. So did 𝗙cie, dude. Dude, can I just say, to me, dude, we got to watch some 𝗙cie. I think I find 𝗙cie, he's kind of brain dead and sort of punch drunk, but like 𝗙cie hates Cuomo so much that like, even if 𝗙cie dropped out, Cuomo wouldn't win. There's no way Cuomo would win. But 𝗙cie will stay in just to fucking make sure that Cuomo gets beat, right? Like, 𝗙cie hates him so much that he would like, it would not matter. Dude, he is going to burn Cuomo to the ground. Like, there's just, he would never, dude. You could put a gun to his head and he would be like, I'm still running. Dude, I love it, bro. Dude, and yes, he slams fucking Ackman. Dude, dude, yeah. Oh, God, dude. He's so good, bro. Dude, he's just so funny. Dude, can we watch the thing? The interview, dude. Dude, look at him, bro. He's so funny. But, dude, I want to see the interview. This thing, dude. It was from like 2 weeks ago. But it was like asking 𝗙cie. This one, watch this, dude. Dude, this is amazing, bro. Dude, what is he wearing? He started the Guardian Angels. Okay? 𝗙cie did. All right? So it was his fucking Citizens Patrol, yes. Right? He wore this beret. Okay? It was the Guardian Angels. And they used to they started a group called the Guardian Angels, and they used to go on the subways and shit, and they were like a little gang that would go on the subways and protect people, okay? It was something they did back in the 80s when New York used to have a lot of sort of like switchbladey, like thug crime in the subway stations and on the, you know, where there were just people who were like street toughs, okay? That watched the Warriors one too many times, and they used to carry like small pocket knives and shit and do little holdups. You know what I mean? But it was like, it was one of those things where it was before crime got like racialized, right? I call them thugs because they were like the stick 'em up guys, right? You know what I mean? But it was like white guys, black guys, Hispanic guys, Italian guys. You know what I mean? It was just like young punks, like miniature fucking street toughs kind of guys. You know, like I said, I feel like it was the dudes that watched the Warriors and were doing the little stick 'em up crimes. So they created the Guardian Angels to counteract that type of you know, behavior on subways and shit, you know, but dude, this interview is wild, dude. Watch this. This is funny. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. All right, you ready? Watch this, dude. This is amazing.
However, I think it is clear to New Yorkers who are against Mamdani that you and Cuomo are splitting the anti-Mamdani vote. So my question is simple.
Hold on 1 sec. I got to get my fucking window set up here, dude. Because if I don't have the right window set up, I can't fucking, there we go. All right, got to be able to see the subtitles. All right, you ready? Dude, this is amazing, dude.
However, I think it is clear to New Yorkers who are against Mamdani that you and Cuomo are splitting the anti-Mamdani vote. So my question is simple. Are you okay if Mamdani wins that you, so to speak, contributed to that?
Well, number one, Ackman is a jerk. Has he been right yet? Here's a guy who goes up to Newport, Rhode Island and thinks he's a professional tennis player. Come on, Ackman, stay in your lane. Does he know anything about politics? No. Does he live in New York City? No. He lives in Chapaka, the whitest suburb of America, where even the lawn jockeys are white. He may know Wall Street. He may know hedge funds. He has been wrong every step of the way with the billionaires. So let's say people come to the conclusion, if somehow I lose, and we know Andrew Cuomo's lost, he's already tossed in the towel. Oh, it's because of you, Curtis. Really? It's because of the Democrats. Wait a second. Who created Zohran Mamdani? Who embraced him? Who nourished him? Who supported him? And how dare you, people who know nothing about politics, suggest that everybody who's going to vote for me is suddenly going to be reborn? We love Andrew Cuomo. He killed all these elderly. He's a sexual harasser. He told conservatives and Republicans in 2014, if you're conservative and you believe in right to life, and the Second Amendment, you have no place in New York. You need to leave. This is the result of the Democrat self-destruction. So I'm supposed to help them? How come they don't help themselves? Andrew Cuomo failed everybody in that primary. He even admitted it. Now he's basically saying, I can't win without 𝗙ص votes. Where are your votes? Why don't you spend your money, and he's got millions from the billionaires. Millions. Go out, get your own votes. Convert 𝗙ص voters. But for me to drop out, I represent a major party line. I have people running under me, council people, judges. They put their heart and soul into it. They support me. I have more donations than Andrew Cuomo does matching funds. So you know something? This is called voting. Since when do we not let people vote? Billionaires determine the next mayor? If they don't like it, they can leave. They have options. Blue-collar working class people don't. Those are the people I'm representing, not Andrew Cuomo. Sure.
Dude, isn't that funny, bro? Dude, he is so New York, right? He is so New York. And like, but I love what he says there. He's like, you think all the people that are voting for me are going to vote for the sexual harasser who killed all those old people? Like, right? He's like, dude, what are you saying? You know what I'm saying? Dude, he's funny. He hates Cuomo. Dude, he fucking hates Cuomo so much, dude. He is never going to drop out, bro. Dude, he is never going to drop out. Oh my God, dude. He is pretty savage. Let's watch some of the debate, dude. Dude, watch this. Here we go. You ready?
The homeless issue, number of homeless since I left, has more than doubled during his administration and the state's administration. Since I left, homeless rate has more than doubled. When I left, the vacancy rate on housing was 4.5%. It's now 1%. This man never even proposed a bill on housing or education. Never even proposed a bill.
Keep going back and forth between the two of you. Mr. 𝗙ص, it's your turn.
Andrew, you didn't leave. You fled from being impeached by the Democrats in the state legislature. Leave. You fled. But let's get back on topic.
Dude, He just roasts him, bro. Oh my God, dude. Dude. Oh, fuck, dude. He's funny. He's so funny. Dude. Oh, shit. Dude, Fetterman, I can't look at Fetterman's fucking ugly face, bro. I'm serious.
In 2027. You still haven't answered.
You will hear from Andrew Cuomo about his experience as if the issue is that we don't know about it. The issue is that we have all experienced your experience. The issue is that we experienced you taking a $5 million book deal while you sent seniors to their deaths in nursing homes. The issue is that we experienced you cutting funding for the MTA to send money to upstate ski resorts. The issue is that we saw you give $959 million in tax breaks to Elon Musk. The issue is your experience.
No, the only thing, the issue is in 2027.
Dude, Cuomo is so dead, bro. He is so dumb, bro. Oh, this
Mr.
one
Cuomo,
was brutal.
In 2021, 13 different women who worked in your administration credibly accused you of sexual harassment. Since then, you have spent more than $20 million in taxpayer funds to defend yourself,
dude,
all while describing these allegations as entirely political. You have even gone so far as to legally go after these women. One of those women, Charlotte Bennett, is here in the audience this evening. You sought to access her private gynecological records. She cannot speak up for herself because you lodged a defamation case against her. I, however, can speak. What do you say to the 13 women that you sexually harassed?
If you want to be in government, then you have to be serious and mature. There were allegations of sexual harassment. They were then went to 5 district attorneys, fully litigated for 4 years. The cases were dropped, right? You know that as a fact. So everything you just stated, you just said was a misstatement, which we're accustomed to from you.
Everything that I stated was a misstatement?
Yes, because the cases were dropped.
Dude,
that's what happened.
The cases were dropped is his comeback. Like, dude, he asked, what do you say to those women? And he's like, the cases were dropped. You notice he didn't say, I didn't harass those women. I am innocent. I say to them, right? His thing is, oh, the cases were dropped, right? You know, that's what I say is ha ha. Dude, I know. Dude, how the fuck can you have 13 accusations of sexual assault and you still run, bro? You're a fucking sociopath. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, dude. Like, dude, that's like a Donald Trump answer right there. Oh, the cases were dropped. So therefore, right? Andrew Cuomo was right about everything. You know? Dude, not a good answer. Bro, this one's funny, dude. Watch this.
Okay, thank you,
He had 40,000 beds for mental health in the state hospital system. By the time you fled fearing impeachment, you cut the budget down to 4,000 beds. Shame on you for putting those emotionally disturbed persons in the street.
You don't know what you're to. Well, there's one bet I'm going to say for you, but no one is saying about to go back to Willowbrook. That's when there were 40,000 people in mental institutions. Yeah. We left that 40 years ago when we went to community-based housing.
We're going to stay in this century, guys. Yeah.
Dude, there's one bet I'm going to say for you. Dude, yeah, you're not winning his voters with that statement. Oh, my God, dude. Dude, this is so funny. Oh, shit, here's another good one.
Zohran, you talk about free, free, free. But we know that somebody's got to pay for it, and that's you, the taxpayers. And that's going to lead to bankruptcy. The only reason that Zohran is on the stage is because of the failed Governor Cuomo, who was rejected by the Democrats in the primary and rejected by 13 women who charged you with sexual harassment. Do you ever know that no means no? You know what no means?
Your question is to Mr. Mamdani?
Cuomo.
Who was your question
Well, we can bifurcate it, right?
No. You can't. Who was your question
It's to Cuomo.
Okay. Your response, Mr. Cuomo.
I'm not sure what the man said, but the situation, my legal situation, as we discussed before, was fully litigated. I was dropped from the cases. If anyone has a legal situation to talk about, I think it's Mr. 𝗙់𝗹𝗹𝗪, who runs the Guardian Angels, and apparently as a charitable donation, but never filed any tax returns for the Guardian Angels, and has been accepting charitable donations, which is just a crime and tax fraud. So I think that's the person who I was explaining to do.
Okay.
Dude, this is so funny, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what's crazy is when I think about like how Donald Trump is fucking president. Look at Cuomo and 𝗙𝗹𝗹, right? If you take Mamdani out of this fucking election, if you get rid of Zohran, it is like two morons like running to be the mayor of the biggest fucking city in America. Two completely brain dead motherfuckers, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, one of them is, you know, a rapey, like, wealthy dude that is completely out of touch with 75% of the fucking city in New York. And the other guy is a tried and true New Yorker with, like, CTE, right? You know? And, like, dude, it's like, thank God Zohran is in this fucking election, bro. You know? It's like, my God, if Zohran wasn't in that, on that stage, New York would be fucked, bro. You know? Dude, yeah, no, I know. Cuomo has Trump donors. Of course he does. You know? Oh my God, look at this shit.
Would any of you accept Mayor Adams' endorsement? Mr. Mamdani?
No.
Mr. Cuomo?
Yes, I would.
Mr. 𝗙𝗹𝗹?
Absolutely not. Put that crook in jail where he belongs.
And final, a fun one.
Be careful. Be
What
careful.
what
Dude, of course. Dude, Cuomo's like, yes. Oh, shit. Oh, watch this. This is funny.
Question.
If there was a ranked choice election, how would you vote, Mr. Mamdani?
If there was a ranked choice election?
In this. You'd have to rank these.
Myself number one and Curtis number two.
Mr. 𝗙𝗹𝗪?
Oh, please don't be glazing me here, Zohran. Are you kidding?
Mr. 𝗙𝗹𝗪, do you want to have an
I
answer?
support ranked choice voting, but I'd only vote for myself.
Mr.
Answer a straight question.
If there was a ranked choice election, how would you vote, Mr. Mamdani?
If there was a ranked choice election?
Dude, isn't that funny? Glazing, watching him talk about glazing is hilarious, dude. Oh my God, bro. Dude.
Yeah, I heard the both of them again fighting like kids in the schoolyard. Zohran, your resume could fit on a cocktail napkin, and Andrew, your failures could fill a public school library in New York City.
Okay. Go ahead, Katie.
We're going to move now to public safety.
Dude, 𝗙𝗹𝗪 was just fucking attacking him, bro.
You had the worst attendance record in the assembly, and you gave yourselves the highest raise in the United States of America. You went from $110,000 to $140,000, and then you never showed up for work, and you missed 80% of the votes. Shame on you. Shame on you.
No, it is always a pleasure to hear Andrew Cuomo create his own facts at every debate stage. We just had a former governor say in his own words that the city has been getting screwed by the state. Who was leading the state? It was you.
Governor Hochul.
You were leading the state for
Governor
10 years,
Hochul.
screwing this city.
No.
You cut homelessness funding. You cut funding for the MTA. You did all of these things, my friend.
That's the past 4 years. It's the past 4 years.
Dude.
Okay. Pain. Yeah, the worst.
Dude, Cuomo is like so bad at this. He is so bad at this, guys. Like, dude, he is colossally bad. Fucking Cuomo is. Dude, he's so, oh my God, dude. Dude, just colossally bad. Oh, this one's good too.
You set up a partnership with developers. It'll put men and women to work, and you'll get your affordable apartments a lot quicker and not be a burden to the outer boroughs and the residential communities, because you're in the back pockets, Andrew, of the developers who wine dined and pocket lined you.
Let me ask you.
You set up a partnership.
Dude, he's so funny. Oh my God, dude.
Look, Donald Trump ran on 3 promises. He ran on creating the single largest deportation force in American history. He ran on going after his political enemies, and he ran on lowering the cost of living. If he wants to talk to me about the 3rd piece of that agenda, I will always be ready and willing. But if he wants to talk about how to pursue the 1st and 2nd piece of that agenda at the expense of New Yorkers, I will fight him every single step of the way.
Okay.
Dude, everybody in New York wants that, dude. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in New York wants that. Dude, I don't even know why Cuomo is running, bro. I mean, I presume, here's what I presume, guys. I presume that Cuomo is running to just keep the money train rolling. Okay? That's what he's doing, right? He's keeping the money train rolling, and he's, you know, getting in with the Trump gang. Okay, think about it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was on the Epstein list, but he's definitely, like, think about what an opportunity is for him. He's keeping the money train rolling. He's making himself relevant in politics, and he's like now co-signed with Trump. So if the Democratic Party continues to reject him, he has the opportunity to, you know, unite with the other side and become I left the Democratic Party, right? I mean, yeah, dude, he's got the opportunity to sort of like, you know, he's kind of doing what Cenk Uygur's trying to do, but he's capable of actually doing it, right? I think Cuomo could totally slide into that fucking, yeah, the SA party, absolutely, right? Dude.
To prove who's more macho. You can't beat Trump. He holds most of the cards. He's already cut federal funding for Medicaid, for the SNAP program, and it's threatened to cut funds for NYCHA. So if you're all of a sudden going to get adversarial, you're going to lose. And who gets hurt? The people of New York City. With Trump...
Dude, fuck that. All right, like, what does he say here?
Donnie.
We first just heard from the Republican candidate for mayor, and then we heard from Donald Trump's puppet himself, Andrew Cuomo. You could turn on TV any day of the week, and you will hear Donald Trump share that his pick for mayor is Andrew Cuomo. And he wants Andrew Cuomo to be the mayor, not because it will be good for New Yorkers, but because it will be good for him. Look, Donald...
Ouch! Dude, ouch! Bro, and it's not even wrong, dude. He's not even lying. How fucked up is that? Hey guys, don't forget this though. You ready? I'm about to drop a bomb on you guys. Donald Trump is way more Andrew Cuomo than he is GOP. I mean, let's be honest. Trump and Cuomo, they were from the same set. Sexual predators in the New York money fucking world. Everybody kind of hated them. They don't give a shit about people, but they were Democrats. Trump was a Democrat, bro. He just literally switched to the Republican Party because they'd accept him and allow him to run for president. He was never a Republican. He doesn't even believe the shit he talks about. Okay? Trump is like, will stand at a podium and talk anti-trans, but when a trans woman comes to Mar-a-Lago, she uses the woman's room. Okay? Trump let trans women in his beauty pageants. Okay? He's fucking just a completely unethical scumbag who will say whatever gets him elected and gives him power and fucking money. Right? But dude, him and Cuomo are like that generation of moneyed, like Democratic con men, right up there with like Menendez and that former governor or whatever from Illinois, Blazevich, or what's his name, dude? You know who I'm talking about? This guy, right? Lagova, I don't know how to say his name, dude. He was the Illinois governor, but he's a Democrat and just a corrupt, degenerate. I mean, they all look the same, dude. Right? You know what I'm saying? They all have that bad, like, Trumpy hair, and they're just skeezing on women and shit. Dude, yeah, Blagojevich, right? They're all like little mafioso, like, I mean, there's a group of Democrats that were like smarmy, corrupt, like womanizers, you know what I mean? There have been a lot of them in the party over the years, okay? And dude, it's like there's a type of skeezy, democratic, corrupt politician that how do you say it? Blagojevich? Okay, yeah, there we go. Blagojevich. But yeah, Anthony Weiner, yeah, dude, he's smarmy like that too, dude. Dude, yeah. Of course Trump pardoned him. But yeah, dude, I mean, they all look like fucking, you know what they look like, guys? They all look like fucking game show hosts, right? Doesn't he look like a game show host? Dude, so does Trump, dude. A game show host, like they're hosting the Family Feud or some shit. Dude, they're just smarmy, right? Scuzzy. And there's definitely been a lot of them over the years, and you're right. It's like the bygone era. These are like the fucking, I don't know. I feel like there were a lot of these guys in the 90s, okay? And I mean, I hate to say it, but Bill Clinton's a little bit like that too. Bill Clinton had a little bit of that, but I feel like Bill had a little bit more of a shred of integrity because Clinton also was trying to do well for the greater population, but he had that same smarm, right? I mean, Bill was pretty smarmy, like a hey girl, right? Hey girl, right? Dude. Oh shit. Oh fuck, bro. That's who they remind me of, dude. The old school, like, fucking smarmy Dems, dude. Pat Sajak. Somebody said Chuck Woolery, dude. Oh fuck, dude, that's funny. Four of Illinois' past 10 governors went to prison. I mean, dude, there's a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of there's a lot of like mafia ties. I think if you're the governor of a state, getting involved with the mob feels like a fucking danger. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I think, dude. Oh shit though. Dude, Zohran just cooked him, bro. Oh Lord. Lord have mercy, dude. Dude, this is crazy. All right. Dude, yeah, no, we're going to talk about Melania, okay? We got to talk about Melania. I realized we got a little sidetracked. I wanted to talk about like some Trump shit, but we ended up getting a little sidetracked, okay, with this fucking Graham Platner shit, which is good. I didn't really know what to talk about, Yeah, dude. Oh, shit. Hold on one sec here. All right, all right. Dude, she does have a pistol in her hand in the plane picture. She absolutely does. That is from a GQ like cover from a while ago. Dude, Melania is pretty dirty, bro. Okay? She is. Melania, I mean, let's be, dude, yeah, Richard Dawson was very smarmy. Dude, this is the 80s, guys. The fucking 70s and the 80s, Richard Dawson was kissy, touchy. He was like, you know, like sexual abuser used to be like a good thing for TV personalities, right? That was like, dude, it was the norm when I was a kid of men being handsy and forward and kind of accosting women was literally the, like, it was revered, okay? It was, I mean, it goes all the way back to like Sam Malone on Cheers. Remember Cheers? Remember that show, the beloved show that everyone loved? Sam Malone was the most, he was like totally offensive, sexually harassing, but all the women just like loved it. Oh, right? That's how it was portrayed on TV, is the men were smarmy sexual harassers, and then the women were like, oh, I'm so flattered that you're paying attention to me. And it couldn't have been further from the reality. The reality is everybody was like disgusted by that behavior, but it was constantly portrayed as though that's what women wanted. And so all the men did it. It was gross, dude. It was just like all the characters were like that. Though if you looked at like Sam Malone, you looked at like Magnum PI, right? You looked at the guys on you know, the whatever, the late night drama shows, right? All the detective shows, the cop was like that. All of the men were like super forward. Don Johnson, yes, Miami Vice. They were all fucking, you know, they were all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just perverse. And guys, when I was working in the 90s, I saw the effects of this. I feel like the 90s was sort of a wake-up time because a bunch of us young men went out into the world and we saw our bosses doing that shit to like waitresses we worked with and shit. And then we saw that the waitresses were like, we don't love this, right? You saw it in movies and TV, right? Yeah, oh my God, Herb Tarlick. Yeah, you saw it in movies and TV, but like when I got out into the real world and I saw it happen to girls, and then you saw that the girls were horrified by the behavior, it was like, holy shit, they don't react the way they do on TV. Like the girls actually hate this shit. It was pretty eye-opening for me once I got a job in a restaurant, because it was really bad in restaurants. The managers would smarm on the women, and then you saw that none of the women liked it, right? None of them did. And there would be some who would like try to use it to their advantage since they had to put up with it anyway, which I was like, yeah, I totally understand that. But it really took their toll. Dude, Anthony, thank you. It really took its toll, dude. It was pretty brutal to watch. You know what I'm saying? It was like fucking brutal to watch. It was really brutal. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Dude, yeah, it was rough, man. It was rough. But the 90s were really eye-opening. It's why women choose the bear. Dude, I totally understand why women would choose the bear, right? You know what I'm saying? I totally understand that, right? If I was a woman, I'd fucking choose the bear, right? Dude, craziness. But, all right. So, yeah, let's look at Melania, dude. All right, shall we? Let's look at Melania. Hold on, I gotta fucking change the stream name real quick, though. Oh no, I guess I don't. We're good. All right. Didn't read the title. Yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it. Dude, yeah, the Melania shit though is pretty wild, dude. All right? Because we've seen her. Okay? Everybody has seen her. But look, there's a couple of things happening right now. Okay? Because we've seen her go after people, okay? And it was all about the Epstein, right? Some information came out about Epstein, and what did she do? She went after James Carville and demanded he remove a YouTube video and issue a retraction with a threat. And Carville, what a gutless turd, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, Carville's a gutless turd. That guy, why'd he back down to her? Dude, what is he doing? Dude, you like idiot, bro. And then she went after Hunter Biden, who was like, fuck you, go ahead and sue me, right? You know, Hunter's like, dude, sue me. I would love to go to Discovery. But we noticed she didn't go after Michael Wolff for the longest time, okay? She stayed away from Michael Wolff. So did Trump. Nobody, and I mean, Michael Wolff talked to Epstein. He's like interviewed the guy. He was going to work on a book. I think he's got a lot of notes, a lot of tapes about this guy. You know what I'm saying? And so now though, she's fucking threatening. You know what I'm saying? Now she's threatening, and he's like, all right, here we go. Right? He's suing her after she threatened to sue him for $1 billion over claims tied to Jeffrey Epstein. He's also planning to ask Melania and Donald about Epstein under oath. Of course he is. But this is running simultaneously though, because look at this shit, dude. Okay? Look at her fucking meme coin. Okay? She released a meme coin back in fucking January, right before inauguration, right? But look at this, dude. It has dropped 99.3%. Okay? And they filed a class action lawsuit, all right, against the token architects, right? Because they fucking sold it off. Dude, look at that, bro. Jesus, dude. Dude, smell the glove? Dude, this is like, I mean, this is like everything Trump does is just a con. And Melania too. I love this. How could anyone possibly have foreseen this? Dude, it's like anybody who gets involved with Trump, you are going to get fucked over, you know? And these people are still doing it. Like, what idiots, bro? How many crypto bros just fucking lost their shit, dude? You know what I'm saying? How many, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, couldn't happen to better, bigger idiots. But this is big, all right?
Okay, I have an announcement. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Michael Wolff. I've written 4 books about Donald Trump. And also before his death, I extensively interviewed Jeffrey Epstein, not least of all about his relationship with Donald Trump. I've spoken publicly about aspects of those interviews, including the things Epstein said about his relationship with both Donald Trump and Melania Trump. Several days ago, I was notified by lawyers for the First Lady that they intend to sue me for $1 billion for some of those statements. Now, they've threatened and sued other people for related statements about Melania Trump's relationship with Epstein. These are called slap suits. They may have no hope whatsoever of proving defamation, but these suits are filed anyway, or these suits are threatened to intimidate people from talking about this exact subject.
Yes, they are. They're a tactic. Dude, May Money in the building. What's up, homie from Oakland? Working hard to protect your people from the invasion to come Oakland. Stand strong, get hypey, and goes dumb. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Dude, Oakland, you got to hold the line, boss. We love Oakland. But, dude, he's right. What's crazy about this is first off, he's so dangerous to them because he's extensively studied Trump. Dude, Shin Godzilla, yo, search YouTube, play it, Coffee and Nuisance, Clinton Zorro, birthday dude GIF, look at the date. All right, dude, what is that, boss? Let's go. Coffee and Nunce, Clinton Zorro. But, so, he's got the deets from Trump, from watching, okay, from writing the books, interviews with Trumps. None ants? Okay, got you. And this guy, Michael Wolff, has the most extensive set of interviews with Jeffrey Epstein by a long shot. But what he said there about the slap suits, that they're threatening these defamation lawsuits that are phony because there's no real defamation, right? Like, for example, if I say, I think Trump was introduced by Melania, I think Melania had sex with Jeffrey Epstein, okay? Melania Trump can't sue me for defamation for thinking that or for saying that I believe this is true, because she would have to prove that she has suffered some loss from me saying it, okay? You know what I mean? And so you can't even do a defamation suit like that, okay? It's bullshit. But what they do is they file these suits to threaten you, to silence you. But in New York, they have a law that is like, you're not allowed to do those kinds of bullshit lawsuits, okay? New York has laws specifically designed to counter sue and say you're filing a bogus bullshit defamation suit. And right, yes, anti-slap laws. And so they fucked up, okay? Because this guy has the receipts, he has the ammunition, he has probably a lot of questions he would love to ask them in a defamation that now they're gonna have to like fucking put their tail between their legs, you know, because those suits are bullshit, dude. Right? Those suits are bullshit.
I can't live like that. In fact, to be perfectly honest, I'd like nothing better than to get Donald Trump and Melania Trump under oath in front of a court reporter and actually find out all of the details of their relationship with Epstein.
Yeah.
Turning the tables on the Trumps and refusing to acquiesce to them. Last night, my lawyers went into court in New York and asked for a declaratory judgment. In other words, we will have subpoena power to call witnesses and to find out exactly what the relationship between Epstein and the Trumps was.
Let's go!
Now, this is going to be an expensive effort, and I'm going to reach out and for everyone's support. But I think that this is going to be also a very fruitful way to finally open this dark curtain and find out what Donald Trump, Melania Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein were doing together.
Dude, let's go. Dude, that is beautiful. Dude. Oh, shit. That is fucking beautiful, dude. I love to see it. Dude, I love to see it, man. And yes, he can sue for attorney's fees, but the New York, I mean, in New York, Trump does not have a lot of allies in the court system in New York, guys. He does not. Okay, it's a little different than like the San Francisco appeals court and you know, some of the Florida courts where he's like packed those courts up. I mean, New York City has been dealing with his bullshit for like 40 years, bro. I'm serious, dude. New York just does not like Trump, dude, because he's a fucking scumbag. I think they poked the wrong bear is what happened. That shit is beautiful. Okay? And here's what he said. He said, here's what he put. Okay? That's the video. All right. I'll fucking open it up here and fucking look at it real quick. Hold on one sec.
Bill and Hillary Clinton.
Right? They vacation at a Zorro ranch. Oh, coffee and nuance. Got it. Dude, so what's that about? About them at a Zorro ranch? Yeah, Hillary. What is it? What's a Zorro ranch? Right? Oh, that's about Epstein? All right. Dude, it's a video from 2019. All right. Maybe we'll check that out. I'll fucking go look at that. I'm not like oh, that's what it is. They visited a ranch in New Mexico owned by Epstein. Got it. I mean, dude, they were tied to Epstein without a doubt, bro. They absolutely were tied to Epstein. All of these guys were, man. But all right. So he says Mrs. Trump, right, and her unitary executive husband, along with their MAGA myrmidons, have made a practice of threatening those who speak against them with costly slap actions in order to silence their speech, to intimidate their critics generally, and to extract unjustified payments and North Korean-style confessions and apologies. Right? The threat letter at page 2 to 3 lists some of those who they have pressed into unjustified submission, a pattern of abuse that the anti-SLAPP law was intended to interdict. These threatened legal actions are designed to create a climate of fear in the nation so that people cannot freely or confidently exercise their First Amendment rights. The threats are also intended to shut down legitimate inquiry into the Epstein matter with the Trumps and their collaborators, which the Trumps and their collaborators have at every turn sought to impede and suppress. Mr. Wolf is a journalist who has done his job diligently, reporting what he knows, identifying what he does not know, and asking important questions that deserve inquiry. In the face of the threat letter and its attack on his lawful reporting, Mr. Wolf has no choice but to defend himself and to assert his rights under the Constitution, the New York Constitution, and the anti-SLAPP law. He therefore brings this declaratory action and this related anti-SLAPP cause of action. Oh shit, bro. I mean, dude, I love this. I love to see it. Okay? I do. I love to fucking see it because we need more people standing up to Trump. And now it's going to be really interesting to see, right? It's going to be really interesting to see, dude, this is funny. Select all squares with rapists and enablers. If there are none, click skip. Skip, dude, that's every square. But it's going to be interesting to see what Melania's move is here, right? Because, like, Wolf is not fucking around, boss. You know what I'm saying? He's not fucking around. And yeah, dude, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued what's going to happen because I imagine they're going to try to snail's pace it, right? That's what they're going to do. They're going to try to right? They're going to try to like make it go as a snail's pace. You know? I mean, in the face of like, you know, Comer saying like, oh, Trump has been exonerated. Dude, they're so scummy, boss. Dude, they are so scummy. Yeah, no, that 230 million is bullshit. Well, and here's the thing though that's fucked up, guys. Okay? Is the thing that's really messed up about like the Trump 230 million is that he can just do that, right? Like that's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to say, "Oh, right?" I mean, when you think about it, it allows him to establish a whole bunch of narrative. Oh, I was wrongfully accused of election shit. They stole the election. The Justice Department like harmed me. I'm going to try and get them to sign off on a $230 million payment, right? And then he's like, aha, see? They paid me because everything I said that was true fucking happened. You know what I mean? Paying for the ballroom? No, that none of that money would go for the ballroom. That shit would go in Trump's pocket. I don't think it's going to happen though. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think it's going to work out quite like that. Right? You know what I mean? The taxpayers are paying for the ballroom. No, the ballroom, I mean, we'll see, but mostly it's being funded by companies that are being shaken down. Okay? He's been shaking down businesses. Okay? So, you know, every company, every social media company, Meta, right? YouTube, all the social media companies, all, you know, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, basically any company that has a merger up, any company that's trying to expand their business or not get sued, you know what I'm saying? They're all fucking, right? It's like a way of just extracting money out of them and finding out who needs to get something out of the deal, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if taxpayer money got funneled into that as well. But it's just another way to shake down companies, right? That's really what they're trying to do. You know, they're trying to see who's willing to play ball and then extract money from them, you know? Because, I mean, guys, I wouldn't be surprised, okay, if whoever's working on building that ballroom, if there's some sort of like Trump kickback involved somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, there's probably a consultant to the construction that is an offshore fucking shell company that is like, right? That belongs to the Trump family, you know, like, come on, man. Dude, right? It's like, dude, shit is wild, bro. It's fucked up. How was this done to begin with? I mean, dude, it's like, you know, endless bad decisions. I mean, look at this, dude. You ready? This is fucking crazy, bro. Oh my God, dude. Alina Habba, she looks gruff, dude. But look at this shit, boss. Let me see. I think I grabbed a photo of this. Right? I thought this Tommy Lauren tweet right here was pretty wild. Right there, dude. Okay? This is pretty wild right here. Says a lot, dude. How it started was in June. This is what I voted for, right? and how it's going. And she's like, why the actual fuck would we buy Argentinian beef? Our American ranchers are getting crushed already by cheap shit foreign beef imports. The meat packers are already undercutting our American producers as it is. Yeah. Why? Because Malay and fucking Scotty Besson's buddies are in cahoots down there. And not only that, like Trump needs somewhere to go if after this whole thing, he ends up facing a prison sentence. So he's like gonna hook up Malay. I mean, dude, look at this. Are we surprised that this fucking guy didn't know what he was doing running a country? Like, really, are we surprised that this fucking guy had no idea how to run a country? Look at him. What the fuck, bro? Dude, I mean, come on, dude. Like, homie, no shit. Yeah, this guy wrecked Argentina, you don't say. Not shocking, dude. You know? And, dude, I mean, is that like a Trumpian haircut or what, bro? Dude. Dude, hairpiece by, like, Hurricane Lego. Dude, Hurricane Lego hairpiece, boss. Jesus. Oh my God. It does. Dude, what is he doing? It does look like a wig, bro. Oh shit. Dude, that's funny. So yeah, but like, dude, real world effects, man. You know what I'm saying? So look at this shit, dude. He proposes quadrupling Argentinian beef imports to cut U.S. prices. Right? But these people are not happy. Okay? Right? The cattle ranchers. And look at what he said, too. He said the cattle ranchers, who I love, don't understand that the only reason they are doing so well for the first time in decades is because I put tariffs on cattle coming into the United States, including a 50% tariff on Brazil. If it weren't for me, they would be doing just as they've done for the past 20 years. Terrible. It would be nice if they would understand that, but they also have to get their prices down because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking also. But dude, the cattle ranchers aren't really doing that well under Donald Trump, bro. Like, I don't know what he's off on here, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like these dumb cattle ranchers, right? But the cattle ranchers are not happy, okay? You know what I'm saying? They're like complaining about Congress. They are fucking... Dude, let me find it, right? Look at this. This is the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, okay? And they said, real Donald Trump, White House cattlemen and women cannot stand behind President Trump while he undercuts the future of family farmers and ranchers by importing Argentinian beef. It is imperative that POTUS and Rollins let cattle markets work without interference. If the administration is truly an ally of America's cattle producers, we call on him to abandon this effort to manipulate markets and focus instead on completing the promised New World screwworm facility in Texas. Dude, what the fuck is a screwworm facility? I should probably know this, but all right. Make additional investments that protect the domestic cattle herd from foreign animal diseases such as FMD and address regulatory burdens such as delisting of the gray wolf and addressing the scourge of black vultures. But here's a problem, guys. Like this part here about protecting the cattle herd from diseases, dude, they cut everything, right? They cut everything that like protects all of us, whether it's animals or human beings. You know what I'm saying? they cut literally everything that is about identifying, you know, diseases or pandemic shit. Like, they literally fucked all that shit up. Dude, the FDA, even our protection, they cut anything that protects us from disease or pathogens or even cancer research. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, sorry, cattlemen. I realize you guys are getting fucked now too. You know what I'm saying? But dude, what is that video? All right, let's see that video. They're not pleased though.
Farmers, ranchers, and cattle producers are opposing President Trump's plan to buy more beef from Argentina, which he says could help offset the soaring prices of meat in the U.S. Beef and veal prices have jumped nearly 14% over the past year, but many cattle ranchers and farmers groups are concerned this move will come at their loss. It's the latest in a series of deals the president is working on with Argentina to combat that country's deepening economic crisis.
See, that's it, right? This is it. Dude, Milei's an ally. He's a Trumpian fucking leader. They both have terrible fucking haircuts, right? Who knows what other shit is going on behind the scenes with these guys? But this guy went in and just wrecked Argentina's economy. And what's more is Scott Bessent and probably a whole bunch of other Trump donors have money in Argentina. And so Trump is like, all right, we're going to bail out. We got to fucking take care of my buddies, right? Dude, bail out. Can you say bailout? And meantime, dude, American cattle ranchers are going to get fucked, bro. They are, dude. Oh, shit. So dumb.
The president defended his plan while speaking to reporters over the weekend.
What do you have to say to U.S. farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them, as they are?
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it. They're fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life.
America first. Oh, Argentina's fighting for their life. So's Palestine there, Trump. You dumb fuck. Right? So are transgender people. So are immigrants here in America. Oh, but Argentina is fighting for their life. You don't understand anything, young lady. Dude, what a fucking dink this guy is, bro. Like, what a piece of shit, boss.
You understand what that means? They have no money. They have no anything.
And we're joined now by...
Dude, wow, look at this guy's hat, bro.
Buck Warbine, president of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association.
Dude, Buck Warbine, bro. Dude, that hat. I like this guy, bro. Jesus, dude, I'm going to get a hat like that.
Being with us, sir.
Thank you, Jeff.
So help us understand your opposition. Why are your members so strongly against expanding Argentine beef imports right now? From the outside, ranchers appear to be doing better with higher beef prices. So what's the core concern?
The core concern is that it's a misguided attempt to lower prices to the consumer, and what the rhetoric and ideas and so forth that the president has put forth has big negative impacts on our markets, like our futures market, and that is instantaneous. And yet the lag time from our cattle markets to the price in the grocery store is long. I mean, that's years in the making. And so this is going to negatively impact producers while doing almost nothing for consumers.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, we know what would happen, right? Is all the American cattle investments, they would get fucked because a whole bunch of cheap meat will show up, right? That'll make Trump look good, but it will fucking jack. I think it will jack the fucking the industry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe it doesn't even fucking lower the price. I don't know, dude. But, dude, I'm not eating any Argentinian beef. There's no way, bro. I'm serious. Dude, I don't really eat a lot of beef to begin with. You know, like, that's one thing I've cut way down on. But there's no fucking way, dude. I won't buy anything from Argentina, boss. There's no fucking way. But, dude, these guys are so dumb, bro.
Well, what's driving prices today? What are the main forces that are pushing beef prices up?
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. That's that's a long process. There are reasons why the herd is becomes smaller. A lot of times it's drought, so there's lack of feed, and the cattle are raised all over the country, and it takes land and forage and grass and so forth. So when it's dry, there's fewer cows, which lowers the amount of cattle to process. And that's happened over time. It's a fairly common occurrence in the cattle business. So the herd gets bigger and it gets smaller and has forever. And it will come back, and ranchers will restock their herds as they have grass available to them.
Yeah, you know what he's not talking about? These dumb fucking Republicans, you know what they're not talking about? They're not talking about climate change, guys. Is what's really going on here. That is right, is the climate's becoming more arid, more dry, more brutal. They're getting wiped out by storms, or there's not getting rain at all. There's no fucking grass. Everything's getting scorched. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they, it's real dry. Yeah, I wonder why, bro. Because the fucking temperature of the earth is getting hotter and hotter, and there's crazy, wicked fucking hurricanes that sweep in and wipe shit out. Dude, here, you ready, guys? You ready for this? It is October 22nd, my birthday. There's hardly any leaves have even changed here in Oregon. Like, we used to have autumn. Autumn used to start in September. Okay, 25 years ago when I moved here, autumn would start in September and the leaves would turn yellow and red, and like we'd have this crazy autumn. Dude, it's October 22nd and there's like 50 leaves on the ground, guys. There's like leaves don't start turning until like Thanksgiving, bro. And even then, it's like different. There's not even an autumn anymore here. There's 95, 100-degree summers, and then the leaves fall off like 10 at a time until fucking February, bro. And then it starts getting hot again. Dude, it's wild, bro. Like, I've literally watched 4 seasons become like 3 in Oregon. You know what I'm saying? And dude, Texas is gonna be like Saudi Arabia in fucking 15 years, bro. You know? Like they're gonna be able to grow sand, bro. Dude, Oklahoma is already cooked, dude. It's fucking crazy, man. You know, it's pretty fucked up. I've been eating, you know what I've been eating a lot of, guys? I've been eating a lot of salmon, right? High protein. It's still pretty fucking plentiful. It's not like super harmful to the environment because they still spawn. It's a lot of them. I've been eating a lot of salmon and a little bit of chicken, but I don't really eat. I used to eat a lot of beef, but now I don't really eat that much beef. I feel like it's kind of environmentally better for the world to just minimize my beef input. You know, it's one of the changes I've made in the last couple of years. And because, you know, I'm in my late 50s, it's just healthier. I'll live longer if I don't eat a lot of beef, right? Oh, fuck. Oh, dude, yeah. But I mean, ultimately, guys, the reality is that we have 8 billion people on the planet, and so everything about our capitalist system is like fucking up the environment. You know, it is. You know what I'm saying? There's just like, you know, it's all fucking shit up, bro. There's no way around it. People can't afford beef. Yeah, I thought that was funny, dude. Was the hamburger helper? Like, this is fucking hilarious, bro. Look at this shit. Watch this fucking spot right here, dude. Oh my God, dude. The Mar-a-Lago face kills me, but watch this.
And last but not least, one trend in true brand is making a big comeback as consumers tighten their wallets. And here it is, Hamburger Helper. The mix of mac and cheese and ground beef is seeing a surge in sales. And last but not least,
look at it. You hear the person in the back going, right? Listen to the guy in the back.
Hamburger Helper. The mix of mac and cheese and ground beef is seeing a surge.
Dude, Hamburger Helper is fucking gross, dude. Dude, I used to eat that shit as a kid. My mom made it because she had 7 kids and we were piss fucking poor, bro. That's what you eat. It's like processed fucking cheese food and shit. And she's like, oh, yum. Yeah, it's making a big comeback, dude. Nobody wants to eat that shit. Bro, you are fucking, you know what I mean? I mean, if you're like, 18 years old and living on your own, yeah, okay, you're going to eat Hamburger Helper, bro. If you have a family and you're trying to feed your kids, you want them to be healthy, you don't want to be eating that shit. Like, come on, man. And she's like, oh, it's making a big comeback. And they're like, dude, these people ain't eating Hamburger Helper. Dude, that shit is like, that shit is gnarly, bro. Fox is like, yeah, holy sodium. Yeah, dude, you look at the side of the box and it's like your sodium intake is like 750%. Right? Dude, if you're 50 years old and you're eating Hamburger Helper, I hope you have some statins. You know what I'm saying? I hope you have some fucking heart attack medication too. Make sure you have a good fucking medical plan, bro. Like, come on, man. Oh, shit. Dude, that shit is slop, dude. I mean, if you have to eat it, you have to eat it. But the fact that they're selling this, like, wow, it's making a big comeback. Yeah, it's making a big comeback because people are piss poor and fucking prices are skyrocketing. And, all of our money is going to Proud Boys who can't run fast to like hunt down like 5 Mexican people on Canal Street. You know what I'm saying? Shit is fucking bullshit. But yeah, dude, sure. It like if I ate a bag of MSG, yeah, that shit fucking tastes good. But like, dude, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should be able to fucking eat some healthy food, but they're like, ooh, making a big comeback, guys, because we are piss poor. And because, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, we can do better than this. We deserve to be able to eat as healthy as the Fox News hosts can afford to eat. All right? We shouldn't have to eat fucking, Kayleigh McEnany and her family is not eating Hamburger Helper. All right? This chick, she is not eating Hamburger Helper. Nobody at Fox News is eating that shit, boss. You know what I'm saying? All right. On that note, though, it's dance party time, baby. You guys came through with the dance party. I'm going to deliver the hips. All right, you guys ready for some fucking hips? All right, let's get some hips going, boss. Dude, let's go. Let's go, baby. Oh, stretch it. Dude, it was a good birthday. I had a good birthday. I'll be honest though. I didn't really get a lot of work done today. I mean, I was pretty late. My last video didn't get published until 11 p.m. I had a little trouble doing work today because it was my birthday. I was tired, bro. I slept on my office floor and then I was a little distracted. Dude, I've been kind of like spending a lot of time on Twitter lately. Dude, I got like 1,000 Twitter followers yesterday, boss. You know, and today I was hanging out with Jenny. We were fucking chilling. I spent a lot of time mostly chilling. Did I get any new audio or podcasting gear for my birthday? So, all right, guys, you ready? Let me just tell you a little secret, okay? And this may sound crazy, but like, why on the floor? So sometimes if I get really tired, I just crash on the floor of the office and nap for a couple of hours, but then a lot of times I don't hear my alarm. And that's what I did today. I crashed for a couple of hours. I slept through all my alarms. I woke up at like noon on the floor of my office. I was just laying down for an hour nap. But so for the birthday, guys, thank you guys for the birthday wishes. So my birthday was yesterday, Wednesday, the 22nd. And Jenny's birthday is next week. But so Jenny and I, we don't buy each other birthday gifts. Like, not at all. We don't like, you know how you have the weird relational thing with your partners about gifts? Like, in general, we don't really buy each other much gifts on holidays at all. And we don't do birthday gifts, really. We don't do Valentine's Day gifts. We take trips to the beach together. But for the most part, what we do is like on my birthday, like what I asked her to do today was we spent a little like sort of intimate time together. And then I said, you know, there's a fried chicken place that I love. And I was like, I would love for you to get me some fried chicken. So she went and bought me some fried chicken for today. And then her birthday, I'm going to ask her what she wants me to do, what she's feeling in that day. And like, you know, historically we've gone and I bought her like a stuffed animal and we've gone out together and let her pick out a cute stuffed animal or two that she likes. And so we'll probably do that. But we don't do the fucking, the holiday gifts. We do the sort of like every day's our birthday and we spend time like giving each other massages and watching TV together. We go to a movie once a week. And then a couple times a year we go to the beach. But we don't do the birthday gifts, right? We just don't. It's like, which is cool. I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like that because it's like I prefer to do the sort of make every day's time together more important. You know what I mean? And then not having to worry about remembering a birthday and getting the big token thing on the birthday. You know what I'm saying? How do we go to a movie once a week? So what we do, Thomas, is we have the unlimited, like the Regal Unlimited thing. And so we get movies free. So we just go, right? We pay like a 1 monthly thing. So once a week, we pick a movie, whether it's a good one or a bad one, we just go and explore, right? Once a week, we sit down. Sometimes we go twice a week if there's a lot of good movies out. But it's just like a date thing. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool. Yeah. So then because we pay like $20 a month or whatever, we make sure we pick out movies, but we end up spending money on concessions. So it's kind of a trap. All right. Because, you know, you're getting free movies, but we're spending $100 a month on popcorn and shit. Right. But it's like a nice date night. We both came from the film industry. And we were both actors, so we do love movies, right? But you know what I'm saying? So it's an excuse to spend money on popcorn and hot dogs and fucking go see what Hollywood's delivering us, right? Which, by the way, Roofman was actually pretty good, dude, right? Do they have a VIP subscription? Yeah, well, no, it's like, I don't know. Right? Ours, the Regal Unlimited, you get all the movies you want, right? You can go to as many as you want for that. I acted before. Yeah, that's how I met Jenny. I met Jenny as an actor, right? We were in some plays together, right? But yeah, so we're kind of like that. We don't buy, so I didn't get anything for my birthday, right? I mean, I got a gift from, you know, from Jenny's parents, right? But like me and Jenny, we don't exchange gifts. And the same with Christmas. I mean, we'll buy a little something for Christmas, but it's usually like really small things, right? We're more focused on time together. So let's go, baby. All right. Oh, you ready? You ready to dance, baby? Let's go. Yeah. And then on Valentine's Day, we don't really do anything, boss. Right? We're just sort of not really the holiday people. You know what I'm saying? We're not really into that token shit. We're like time investment. It's like a time investment, physical touch. We love that massage, right? Like I said, me and Jenny, we every single day, just about, I would say like 99.9% of the days over the last however many years, we spend between 30 minutes and an hour watching a television program or a movie on TV while massaging each other, trading massages. And we do that like massage trade, physical contact every single day, like almost without fail, unless one of us is out of town. We like lay hands upon each other and trade massages for between 30 minutes and an hour every day, right? It's pretty cool, dude. I've never actually done that with a partner. Like I've always liked getting massages, but never liked giving them, you know, but we pull this off. It's pretty cool, you know? Oh, all right, you ready? Let's go, baby. That's kind of what we're about. And speaking of massage, I will be seeing my massage therapist tomorrow, so I may end up having a bunch of cupping marks. If you see me tomorrow, I have a bunch of black circles on my shoulders. It's from my massage therapist, right? Dude, I love massage, boss. Massage is like, it's a big deal to me. All right, you ready? Let's fucking go, baby. We got some fucking deja vu here. Little deja vu? Let's go. Oh. Let's go, baby. Cupping. Dude, I love cupping. It's good shit. All right, here we go. Oh, oh.
Been here before. a bit holy, a notion that I will make it out somehow.
Let's go! Dude, I love the dancing. Dude, I like to cut a rug, baby. My eyes. Let's go, boss. Dude, thank you guys for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Been a lot of fun. I'm gonna go make some videos. Gonna go finish off some of that fried chicken. Dude, let's go. I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys ready for some big love? See you tomorrow. Thank you. Paint away day and night, 6 hot, so I'm
drown.